Hey, back for more Shakesyear. We only have 2 more days of King Henry IV, Part 2, and today we get to hear from King Henry V, who was Prince Hal, who is now the king, and we are in Act 5, Scene 5. So yesterday we were in Act 5, Scene 2, where he promises that he's going to be a good king, and you think that there might be a spat with the Chief Justice, but then there isn't because he promises he's going to be a good king. So then in Act 5, Scene 3, we're back at the bar, and we get to see Falstaff being Falstaff, and his dude's trying to entertain him and all that sort of thing, and then Pistol shows up and is like, hey, guess what? Hal's the king now. And they're like, score, let's go see him. And then in Act 5, Scene 4, it's a really quick little thing where Doll and Hostess Quickly are arrested because somebody that they helped beat up with Pistol has died. So now they've gotten arrested and they're like, oh, if only Falstaff was here. So then the beginning of Act 5, Scene 5, Falstaff and the crew are there, and Falstaff is making all of the promises that he's been making all along. He's like, yeah, me and the king are tight, so I'll get you out of jail, and I owe you money, and I'll be able to pay it back, and I'll just give you he's like promising all of the things. And then the procession leading away from the coronation starts, where the king is now walking through the street, and as the king gets closer to where Falstaff and his crew are standing, Falstaff is like, hey, Hal, how's it hanging? And the king is like, just keeps going, and Falstaff is like, oh, come on, man, it's me, come on, it's Falstaff, John Falstaff, it's me, come on, like, say hi. And the king says, I know thee not, old man, fall to thy prayers, how ill white hairs become a fool and jester. I have long dreamed of such a kind of man, so surfeit swelled, so old and so profane, but being awake, I do despise my dream. Make less thy body, hence, and more thy grace. Leave gormandizing. Know the grave doth gape for thee thrice wider than for other men. Reply not to me with a fool-born jest. Presume not that I am the thing I was, for heaven doth know, so shall the world perceive, that I have turned away my former self. So will I those that kept me company. When thou dost hear I am, as I have been, approach me, and thou shalt be as thou wast, the tutor and feeder of my riots. Till then, I banish thee on pain of death, as I have done the rest of my misleaders, not to come near our person by 10 mile. For competence of life I will allow you, that lack of means enforce you not to evil. And as we hear you do reform yourselves, we will, according to your strength and qualities, give you advancement. Be it your charge, my lord, to see performed the tenure of our word. Set on. And he keeps going. Sorry, my cat snuck in while I was doing this. He keeps going, and he is totally disavowed Falstaff, who now is like, and all the people around him who are expecting these promises are like, and he's like, no, this is all for show. It's like he has to behave this way in public, and I promise he's gonna send for me, like momentarily, he's gonna send for me, and everything will be fine. And then the Chief Justice comes and arrests all of them. And then Prince John is like, hey, what do we think about a war in France? And then the play actually ends, and tomorrow we get the epilogue. So tomorrow we'll get the epilogue of Henry IV Part 2, and then we're on to Henry V in the Summer of Henrys here on Shakesyear. I will see you tomorrow for that. Mwah.